What's up, folks? Josiah here. Pardon my voice. I am a little sick right now, but wanted to record this anyway because I'm a little short on time and this is super important to me. So, as many of you may remember, last November, I was able to go to the United Nations Climate Change Conference, COP27 in Glasgow, Scotland. Went with a Christian organization called the Christian Climate Observers Program, representing biblical environmental ethics and environmental stewardship on the world stage. It was super cool. Now, the same program is happening again this November, coming in just a few weeks. And it's in Egypt, in Sharm el-Sheikh, COP27. Now, I had applied to go with the same group this last summer, but they prioritize newcomers, first-timers to the program, which is great. Fully support, so I didn't get in. Limited number of spots, makes sense. However, last week I was on a Zoom call with one of the organizers, and he actually let me know that they had somebody drop last minute, and they actually have another badge that they are willing to give to me. And so, big news, I'm going to COP27 Sharm el-Sheikh in Egypt, November 6th through 14th-ish. Super excited for that, and I wanted to kind of make a video explaining a little bit about what I'll be doing there and all that. I will be representing a few different organizations while I'm there. I'll be representing myself, my podcast that I'm launching, the Green Torch podcast, focused on cross-border environmental cooperation in the Middle East and North Africa. Hopefully I can do some podcast interviews while I'm there in Egypt, since there's going to be a ton of folks there that would be great to interview. So that's one piece of that. I will also be representing the Christian Climate Observers Program, which I'm going with, and the organization I officially have the badge with is the World Evangelical Alliance. Super cool. Very honored to represent them in Sharm el-Sheikh. Now, my goals there, I've touched on this a little bit, but the big idea behind the big idea behind COP27 is, their motto is Together for Implementation. Because the reality is that on the world stage, including the Paris Agreement and in Glasgow, Scotland last year, lots of commitments have been made by governments to do grand things to combat climate change, climate crisis, but those plans need to be implemented to really take effect, to actually see the benefits that they bring, and they have to be paid for. And so there's a lot of focus on the budget, about practical implementation at this year's COP. So that's one of my goals there, is to help be there as a witness in the process, to put pressure on governments to actually have tangible outcomes for what they're saying they're going to do, right? Another goal is to network. The COP events are incredible for networking, and in fact, some people criticize what's the word I'm looking for? Like, how well the COP events really work. Like, is it really worth all of the effort and emissions actually to get there for all these 40,000 plus folks? And my opinion is that it is worth it, not necessarily because of the outcomes, but since the outcomes honestly are very disappointing sometimes, but it is worth it if you go and because it's a bunch of like mid-level government, nonprofit, business people that are meeting each other with similar goals, networking, sharing ideas. The synergy is amazing, and from that, a lot of things actually do happen that aren't like top-level government resolutions. So going to network, it'll be huge. I'm also hoping to help as much as I can with the group I'm going with, the Christian Climate Observers. Since I went with them last year, I really want to help the newcomers to the program. It is a lot to take in. It was pretty overwhelming for me last November, so hopefully I can help them out a bit, the newcomers. I want to build friendships as well. That's a big goal. Like I said, to represent biblical environmental ethics on the world stage. I want more Christians to know that the climate crisis is a very clear opportunity to represent Jesus, to represent love and hope on the world stage. And that climate action is one way that we as Christians can be the hands and feet of Jesus to our neighbors who do need help. So that's probably the number one reason I'm going. I'm also going to be there to document the process, photos, videos, maybe some YouTube stuff, Instagram Reels, TikTok, yeah, all that good stuff. Hopefully you can follow me on the process, and then podcast interviews, of course. Last thing I want to mention before I sign off here is that I need some help covering the cost. If that's something you would consider doing, I've crunched the math. It's going to cost me about $1,800 all said and done to get there, pay for the food and lodging, and get back here in Israel, Palestine, which is a lot less than it would otherwise with a plane ticket, since I'm just going to be driving down. I'm actually like 5 hours away here in southern Israel. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you can follow me during the process, and please consider donating if you have a little extra money these days. Take care, guys. Grace and peace. God bless.